How's that look? Yeah, I need a bigger whiteboard. Yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on? Let's go. What's up? What's up? Yeah, anyone here is super early. I just started it 10 seconds ago. Yo, what's up? Yo, you suck at home lab. What's up? What's up? I love seeing a fellow you suck at blink. Yeah, I love that movement. I think it's incredible. Oh no, it thinks I'm doing a thumbs up. I forgot I have we're gonna get the iOS reactions on this. That's awesome. T-shirt? I am wearing a t-shirt. It's weird. I feel uncomfortable. I would rather be in a tank top. I feel way more comfortable in that. Yeah. What's going on? What's up, everyone? Yo, Dave, how much experience you got with network automation? Can you be more specific? What do you mean by network automation? Am I like automating switches and configs and stuff like that? Because I have like a cursory knowledge of it, but I'm not typically doing that like on the day-to-day, like on a personal level. I'm the leader. Yeah, I'm the leader of the You Suck At movement. That title's like 15 years before me with You Suck At Photoshop in my mind. I'm sure there were ones before that. Yeah, who up bash they script right now? Wild. Yo, Turkey, what's up? You make a You Suck At Skating channel, I'll make a You Suck At Kickflip channel. It'll just be me trying to learn how to kickflip. Actually, this is funny. I was thinking about you. I have a bunch of old footage from like an old camera. It's got to be like 20 years old at this point. There's some videos of me skateboarding, and I got some videos of me, like I was young, but I was skateboarding. I might have a video of me doing a kickflip back then. I'm going to find it for you. I think that'd be super funny. Oh, man. You suck at Dave Eddy? I don't think I do. I think I'm pretty good at it. Oh, man. Yo, what's up? Hold on, I'm scrolling the chat. Just catching up. Yo, hola. Seeknate, what's up? Oh, man. Love to see you on Instagram. You know what? I got to give you a follow back. I don't know if I'm following you on here. I'm following you on TikTok, but I don't know about here. I'll make sure to do that. I'm going to make a mental note because I have no idea how to do that right now with this interface. This interface is wild. It's gnarly. Cool. Let's see. What is bash scripting used for in web dev? Go to my website. It's in my bio. And that entire website is generated with bash scripts. Bash scripts generate the ASCII tables. I run it through a couple Node.js scripts, but I have all bash scripts rendering out the page. It's pretty awesome. At the end of the day, though, it's static HTML that's being served out by Nginx, so not bash, but yeah. Anything new you're working on? I've been dipping my toes into video game stuff, game programming. Currently, I'm doing it in Rust, and I'm using the library called MacroQuad. I've done it in the past with C. I really like Raylib. It's kind of a theme. I really like frameworks that get out of my way and just give me very, very simple access to drawing primitives. I think that's cool. Let's see. Oh boy, I scrolled a little bit too far. Hold on, I'm catching up. Let's see. CGI tutorial. Yeah, I mean, technically you could do CGI scripts with bash. I think I've done that like 10, 15 years ago. I don't know if anything ever serious came out of that. You have cool. I'll take it, man. That's awesome. What a compliment. Dude, this Instagram interface is garbage. I wish I could just like hide the joins and the whatever, because it's cluttering up the chat. I want to just see the messages. I don't care that people, like, I'm glad people are joining, but I don't need to see a message for every single person that joins. I'm not going to shout people out. That's weird. I think it's weird when creators do that. Yo, what's up, Dave? What's going on? How you doing? Let's see. Did you buy your home or have it built to your preference? Bought it, but I've done a ton of work on it. So I've owned it for a while now, and I have done so much work to make it my own. Ton of DIY stuff. Recital of man pages of awk or center a div? Can I just leave? Do I have to pick one? I'll center a div. It's actually super easy. Let's set position relative on the body. Let's set position relative on the div. Let's go to the div, set like a fixed width. Let's go to the body, set it to take up the full width. And then let's set a margin left of auto on the div that we're trying to center and a margin right of auto. As long as we do that, bam, centered. We can do text align center if we want to center the text, but margin right, margin left auto. I know some CSS. Don't quiz me. I know some CSS. What's the plan for today? We're chilling. I got no plan. I was just having a good day. I'm feeling good. And I'm taking advantage of every day where I feel good. So I'm like, I'll go out there and go live and just kind of hang out. So no real plan. What specs does your home server have? Go to my website, daveeddy.com. You probably find a link from my bio. It's going to be linked somewhere. I make a blog post every time I build a computer, so all my specs will be there. My current server is like gnarly. I have 24 terabyte drives in it, SAS drives, so it's completely overkill for a home server. Oh, how I got into the bash video that I posted earlier on YouTube. Oh man, that's amazing. I am so glad that people are enjoying that. Yeah, if you guys went and watched my YouTube video today, that is fantastic. I'm doing like longer form content on YouTube. I'm still doing what I'm doing on Instagram, don't worry. But I'm pushing up long form, slower content on YouTube where I just kind of yap in front of a camera. And man, it's fun to make, and I'm super glad at the responses. People want to hear me talk. And that's great because I love to talk. I suck at programming. I used your .dot files and forgot to update the kit config for a short time with Ghost Collaborator. Yeah, I've had some people actually do that. I remember I got like a security alert on a repo that I didn't even own. I'm actually wondering if I should just take those out of my git config now that like people are using them and I can just kind of handle them manually. Cause yeah, that's really funny. Let's see. All right, scrolling. Sorry, let's see. Oh my God, there's so much. I hate the Instagram chat. Remind me, I want to figure out how to just get like a live Instagram chat. I'm going to put my iPad next to me so I can just have the Instagram chat. Like none of these join notifications or anything because I cannot, this sucks. Unless there's a way on Instagram to just hide the join notifications, it's cluttering up the chat. So if anyone wants to Google that for me, be my guest, but I can't really do that when I'm here. Turn off commenting, turn off requests to go live, turn off badges, turn off questions. Yeah, see, this, okay, where do I turn off join notifications? Oh, man. Let's see, did you go to college? Yes, I do have a degree. Don't let me fool you there. I'm self-taught with a lot of things, but like I do have a degree. I think college is good. If you're on the fence about going, I would say go. I think it's definitely worth it. If you're unclear your path forward and college is a possibility, there's your path forward. Like I mean that, truly. You suck at live stream? Yes. Oh my God, yeah, I do. I hope you guys are aware of that. I'm not a live streamer. I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm barely an Instagram content creator. I was a guy who, at the end of 2022, made a video on TikTok saying you suck at programming, and it blew up. So then I just started doing that. And just earlier this year, my buddy who makes Instagram videos got paid because he's part of the Instagram Reels bonus. And I was like, wait, you can get paid on Instagram? I should be putting my videos over on Instagram too, and YouTube. And then I did, and 6 months later, I have a huge following and no money. So I'm not getting Instagram payments. I'm not monetized like that on Instagram. I'm not getting bonuses. Let me just say that now. Let's see. Have you ever used bash scripts for automating backups or anything like that? I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, of course. Oh my God, all my backups are bash scripts, and I typically use rsync or ZFS replication. So I have a couple things, Zinker send, ZFS, snapshot all scripts that I have written to rsync my computers to my server, and then my server will snapshot that with ZFS and then send it to an offsite backup. All bash scripts, 100%. I mean, they're forking external commands, but you know what I mean. Would you say it's worth it to go back for a degree if you broke into the field without one? Interesting question. So let me tackle this the way I know how. You talk about breaking into the degree or breaking into the field. If that was your goal, to just break into the field, then there probably is no reason to go back. But the goal of schooling in my mind is for education. There are probably going to be gaps in your education that you might not even be aware of. School can help with that. So it depends what your goals are. If your goals are to plug up any gaps in your education, yeah, go back. Go back if you can. Absolutely. Permission to make my account, you suck at Red Team? Granted. Permission, I hate those reactions. Permission granted. Let's see. Anybody know what happened to Donnie? No, I don't, but I would like to know. I'd like to find out. Is this on your GitHub or YouTube? What specifically? Because I already lost track of what I was talking about. Let's see. Oh boy, God. It's just, there's so many. I don't care when people join it. The chat gets so cluttered. I'll figure this out for my next live stream because this is annoying. Do you think AI will phase out most programmers? No. You hiring? No. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're back up. No, I don't think AI is going to phase out most programmers. I think some things will definitely change. I think some people fundamentally already changed the way they work with computers because of just how different LLMs are and coding assistants, things like that. I think it's already fundamentally changed the game. But I don't think they're going to be phased out. If anything, I could see, it's going to sound weird, but I can see people with like low level or esoteric knowledge of the system actually kind of having job security because of it. But I'd have to go into detail on like a longer video for that. For GitHub or YouTube, automate backups, new Linux, but I have a personal project. Oh yeah, it's all gonna be on my GitHub. Even on my blog, if you can find my website, daveready.com, I have a tech blog there. Just look for like ZFS or Zinkersend, ZINCRSEND is what I'm saying. That's the one script I use for that. You firing? Absolutely. You're fired. Get out of here. Let's see. What was your first big project? I talked about this before in a different live stream, but it was a media player. It's a GUI media player for a server called Apache, which is a play on the name Apache. And it was called Viridian, VIRIDIAN. A lot of fun. If you look at it now, it's really bad Python code. It's like 15 years ago, okay? First time catching live, you are inspiring. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's super nice. Let's see. Oh man, dude, this chat is so garbage. Yo, what's up? Hey, stranger. What shell do you use? Use a little shell called bash. Do you run any LLMs locally? No, I do not. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Turkey. I'm also a combo musician and IT professional. That's awesome. Do you feel like the skill sets have some overlap? I mean, it's hard to answer this question without getting philosophical, but I think that all skills have overlap. I know it seems kind of ambiguous and vague and not even really helpful, and maybe it's not, but like learning a skill is a skill in itself. So no matter what skills you have, there's the meta on top of it, the macro of being able to learn new skills and learn something in general, and I think that applies everywhere. So if I'm learning to play something on piano or I'm learning to navigate Vim, it's firing some very similar parts of my brain. I can definitely tell that. Getting better at one can help me get better at learning the other. So yeah. Preferred daytime format, number of seconds since January 1st, 1970 GMT. What's your favorite language? English, Bash. How did you make your website curlable? I have a video where I talk about it. On my profile, there'll be like a link to a story where I talk about my website. Long story short, I look at your user agent. If the user agent starts with curl, I give you ASCII. If it starts with anything else, you get HTML. That's how I do it. What's your opinion and thoughts on Linus personally and legacy? Dude's got a huge legacy. I really have no thoughts on him personally. Like I haven't seen enough of him. Like I haven't watched any like interviews or anything. So I don't know too much about him. Ever mess with FreeBSD? Of course. Yeah, FreeBSD is awesome. Let's see. Do you use shim tools like ASDF? Thoughts on them? I have no idea what that is. Absolutely none. Let's see. Favorite piano composer to play? Chopin. Absolutely. Insanely monstrous songs that are so hard to play. Oh my God. I'm a big guy. My hands aren't big enough to stretch some of that. How long did it take you to do programming from scratch? I always suck at programming interviews. Programming interviews are tough. It depends on who's administering them because you might suck at them or the person might suck at administering them. Usually it's going to be a combination of the both. I don't know. This is just something that you got to just keep doing to get practice. Like keep interviewing and you'll get better at it. And if you're talking about programming from scratch, I mean, you actually have to practice. It's one of these things. Okay, here's an interesting story. You ever see these people online where like I beat a video game blindfolded or I did X blindfolded and you think, man, that must be really tough. Your brain can't really conceptualize how tough it is until you put a blindfold on and try something. Like I mean it. I know this sounds stupid, but like actually be like, you know, I'm going to put a blindfold on and try to beat this level in this game. And you realize like, I knew I'd be lost, but I am absolutely abysmally lost. This is how programming like from scratch would be, where you're like, you don't realize you're reliant on Google or maybe your AI assistant or something. Actually try to like airplane mode your computer or whatever and program. You actually have to throw yourself into it and practice. You got to throw yourself in the deep end. That's how you learn to swim. Like I mean that. Let's see. Live jam session. Oh my God, I should go live and just play music. That'd be kind of fun actually. Does your garage have the best acoustics? I have no idea. Does it sound like it? What do I sound like? Is the audio good? I hope it is. Bash linters, shell check. Love shell check. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Glenn's already got it here. Yeah, shell check. Absolutely. I have a college degree. I don't have any certifications. I don't care about certs that much. I don't really need them for what I do. The only certs I care about are like open SSL certs. Let's see. That's how I taught myself to read man pages, raw dogging C with no internet. Yeah, exactly. All your syscalls will be in man pages, man2, the name of the syscall. All your C standard libraries, man3, the name of the function. They're all there. Super nice. Sometimes it can be hard to find what you're looking for if you don't know what it already is. That's where the internet can definitely help, but yeah. What's the most frustrating problem you've had to solve? Like it turned out to be a one-liner. I don't know. I can't think of, like, if it's going to be frustrating, it's going to take me longer than one line. Like, I'd have to really think about that. I don't know. I don't get frustrated by most problems because most problems are solvable. If I'm getting frustrated, it's because I'm using some like framework that doesn't allow me to solve it in a way I want. So a lot of times I get frustrated because like I'm trying to do something that maybe like, you know, if I'm in Rust, like the language is kind of like fighting against me to do it. I feel like I'm fighting with the compiler instead of working with it. That's about it. How would you solve this blindfolding issue at programming? Cut your internet off. That's what I mean. Just turn your internet off. Don't have any LLMs or anything like that. What's your take on the current job market? I have no idea. I am not the person to ask. I'm employed. I'm not interviewing around. Like, I truly don't know. I have experience, so I'm not fresh in the market. Like, for the people that are just getting started, I can't help you. Let's see. What was the hardest concept of using bash scripts for you to understand at first? At first, quoting. Like, it's not even a concept, really. It's just when to nest certain things in quote, when to use a double quote, when to use a single quote, when a double quote escapes a single quote, how to escape a single quote within a single quote. You can't really. That tripped me up for so long. Now I've gotten way better at it, to the point where like I was looking at, this was a couple of years ago, I was looking at a script and my Vim highlighter told me it was wrong. It was highlighting the colors all wrong. No, actually, oh my God, there's even one before this. GitHub's bash syntax highlighter was wrong. It was not correctly highlighting something, whereas I was looking, I was like, no, that's correct. Like those quotes are actually correct. And I actually rose an issue with them. I should go back and find this GitHub issue where I actually said like, hey, like your syntax highlighter is broken for bash. That's so long ago. I don't remember what happened with it, but I think it's fixed now. So yeah, that's really good. Philosophy for function names? I don't know. I don't think too hard about that stuff. My style is typically snake case, so lowercase and underscores, but that's about it. Is bash only on Linux? Nope. Book recommendations on learning bash. I don't have any book recommendations, but Google the bash wiki and the bash guide. That's kind of where I would turn to. Let's see. I guess I could plug. I do have a Discord. It's in my bio. If you go there, there's like a help section. I think that links to the bash wiki. So yeah, feel free to check that out. Kellen says, what's your first step into learning piano? My first step is to go back to the days where I don't remember and be sitting at it like 3 or 4 years old and just kind of hitting on it. And then as I got a little bit older, I really wanted to be able to play video game music that I was hearing on the piano. So that's what did it. It was honestly video games, or I would sit down and just do it. Are you good with LeetCode? I have never done one in my entire life. What's your job title? My official title is what? Software engineer. I think at my last job it was like member of an engineering team. Like I don't know. If people ask, I would say like infrastructure automation or like systems engineer type of thing like that. C# or Java. Uninstall is my choice. I don't know. I don't really know many. I don't know those languages that much, to be honest. Let's see. Let me scroll a little bit because I am missing a whole bunch of stuff. Favorite games of all time. For the NES, it's Life Force, which is the English version of Salamander, which is a spin-off of the Gradius series. Beyond that, I would probably have to say StarCraft and Super Mario 64. Any recommendations for PowerShell cheat sheets? I have no idea. I do not know PowerShell. Okay, cool. I think I am all caught up now with the chat. Yeah, StarCraft was like, oh my god, I have played StarCraft since the beginning. Like, I remember when they dropped Brood War, and I was like, this is awesome. And then, of course, StarCraft 2, just getting back into it, and I love StarCraft 2. One of my favorite things to do is a couple nights I've been dealing with some bad migraines and headaches. I'll lay down on my couch, I'll have a little heating pad on my neck, a little ice pack on my head, and I'll have my little drink over here, and I'll be watching Loco, and he is going through and casting StarCraft 2 like champion games, and it's super fun to watch. I'm like watching these guys that are way out of my league hit like 800 APM, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. Or I'm like, that is sloppy playing going all the way down to 500 APM, whereas like, I average like 30. God, I love StarCraft. Speedrun Mario 64? I have. It's been a while. Oh man, I don't remember my times off the top of my head. They weren't fantastic, but they were like, I could hold my own. I think I did 16 star in like 29 minutes. I'd have to double check that. And I could do 120 star in 3 hours and like 45 minutes. It was just under 4 hours, and I was super happy with that. So nowhere near the pros, but pretty good for a guy who doesn't really play. Let's see. My first programming XP was making StarCraft maps. Yes, making StarCraft maps was so fun. I guess I would have never even thought of that as programming experience, but it totally is. Like, you had to set up triggers. I'd have like a beacon, and then I have to write code where it's like, if 5 civilians are at this beacon, give this person this unit or whatever. That was so much fun, making those little tower defense map, like ultimate stack D, photon star defense. Oh my God, 10-way stacked. It's all flooding back to me. Amazing turret defense. Oh, it's all flooding back to me. God, I love StarCraft. What a great game. What an absolutely amazing game. Whew. All right, that's it. We're turning this into a StarCraft team. Beverage of choice: cola, water, beer. I'm a Pepsi guy. I am absolutely a Pepsi guy. When I say I'm a Pepsi guy, I go to a place, I'm like, you got Pepsi or Coke? They're like, oh, we have Coke. I'm like, cool. I'll have a water. I don't try to be a jerk, but like, I really just don't like the taste of Coke. And over water or beer, yeah, I'm going with Pepsi. Absolutely. But right now, Gatorade Zero, staying hydrated. Any advice for CS Bachelor? I don't know. Generically, keep going. It's worth it. That's my advice. That degree's it's never gonna not be useful. But yeah, I don't know. Give me something more specific, and I might be able to give you more specific advice. Oh man. Oh God, my legs kill me. Whew. All right, shaking it out. Cool, we're good. Oh yeah, I got a little bash on the whiteboard. I totally forgot I wrote this. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but if anyone's curious, it is possible to make associative arrays in Bash. And what I mean by that is, like, a language might have an object or a dictionary or a hash map. That's kind of what this is. Declare -A, the name of the variable. And then you can set arbitrary strings as keys, and you can set values on them, and then you can index them with that way at the bottom. Gnarly syntax if you've never seen it, but pretty fun. Let's see. what is the best way to learn and quote unquote master the language? Just any language in general? I mean, don't overcomplicate it. Like, that's my advice, really. I think that's the best way. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't imagine it's some sort of like insurmountable task that you have to get advice from like the elders on. Like, just learn, just use it. You'll learn by using it. And then if there's something that you're not learning in your day-to-day course of using it, like go out of your way to research it. Like you can get to like 80% of the way there, 85, maybe 90% of the way there just by using it. And that last 10%, you can, reach out to people and get very specific questions. But if you're asking how to get started, I'm going to say just start. Like, yeah. Will we get bulletproof AI-generated bash scripts before GTA 6? Oh, we could get that now. I mean, I could even make, what is the word? Is it a Quine program that's output is its own source code? So you could run a program, output it to a file, and then run that new file, and you would get the same output. I think they're called Quines. Technically speaking, I don't know if this counts, but like the simplest bash Quine is just an empty file. Like if you run bash on an empty file, the output will be empty. So just tell your AI to generate a blank file, and there you go. That's your perfect bulletproof bash script, a blank file. The safest code is no code. Oh, man. Let's see. Having a computer network class, and I found out about you like 2 days ago. Thanks for explaining stuff in the easy way. That's awesome. I don't talk too much about networking, so I don't know how much that's going to help. But yeah, networking's fun, and it's definitely useful. I say I don't know much about networking, but I definitely know more than your average bear. But I just don't think I'm an expert at it. But then I say that it's like my house has 6 different subnets, 6 different VLANs, 2 different SSIDs. I have a router on a stick effectively with a smart like layer 2 switch effectively. Like there's yeah, I say it's not complicated, but it is. It totally is. I like to get my network set up and then not have to think about it. Because man, when the network breaks, like that sucks. Where I'm like, okay, I need to talk to this, this machine that's controlling all my other network devices. The machine's on VLAN 1, my devices are on VLAN 2, my Wi-Fi's on VLAN 3. I'm like, this sucks. Just let me talk to it. It's my house. I paid for the wires. You look like an expert. I'll take that as a compliment. Let's see. How do you learn stuff? Bash scripts, Linux, any place you recommend? I don't know squat about much. The Bash guide for Bash. Linux, I'm going to say, if you don't know anything, you don't know where to start, download it onto some sort of virtual machine or like a laptop or a computer and just use it and practice. Like literally, that's the best way to start. That's like asking, how do I learn to run? It's like, you got to learn to walk first. Let's see. We saw the BT BAM shirt. What's your personal prog metal top 5 to 10? Yeah, I mean, for progressive metal, it's honestly mostly just Between the Buried and Me. Oh my God. I mean, Colors, come on, 2007, that was a blessing. That album is unreal. What are your favorite languages besides Bash and where to use them instead of Bash? If something becomes more complicated than I want to do in Bash, I will reach for whatever language makes the most sense. For me, that's typically going to be Rust. Sometimes it's going to be C. It's going to be 1 or 2 of those. I really, really like Rust. I think it's really, really cool. Like I said, I started working on game development. I plan on making like a very small, simple game. Think like regular Nintendo 1986 style graphics. I want to make something like that, a little RPG, kind of like Zelda 1 style title. So I'm doing that in Rust with the library called MacroQuad because it is very, very simple. I can just make a 2D array for the world, and I can just kind of work with it from there. Why Rust? Because Rust is awesome. It has amazing crates, which are their, plugins or packages. And my God, the compiler just, I feel like it does things for me. I have cargo format. I have cargo Clippy. It has built-in linting and checking and tests, and all that stuff is first class. It's incredible. I just think it's a great language. Yeah, MacroQuad. MacroQuad's like just sick. It's so simple. It just works. If I'm in C, I'm using Raylib. So, I mean, that's the kind of game frameworks I like. Very, very simple. I don't want to have to deal with a GUI to make a game. I'm not going to use Unity. I'm not going to use Godot. I think they're cool. I think they're absolutely awesome. That's super great. Like, I mean that. I just don't want to. I'd rather do my game development in a terminal. Yep. Let's see. I found you a week ago, dude. TY for taking the time to do this. Sincerely, bud. Yo, appreciate it. That's awesome. And yeah, I love doing this. I love making content. I love going live. Like, this is super fun. I love talking tech. So I get to just hang out here and talk tech with people. Yeah, this is sick. Advice for someone trying to learn Rust, get the Rust book. Get the Rust programming language book. Go through it. Actually do the examples in it. 100%. Like, that is the way to do it. NeoVim or IntelliJ, I just use Vim. You're almost making me stop learning Java and like to learn. Keep learning it. It depends if like you're in school or something. Keep learning it because there's no like you can just go learn other things too. Like, you're not going to really regret learning a language. I could make jokes and say, oh, I regret learning Erlang. But like, I mean, come on. Like, you're not going to regret learning a language. I feel bad. Erlang just caught a stray there. Thoughts on object-oriented programming, Python as a primary language? I mean, I don't have strong opinions on these. Like, learn whatever you want to use and use whatever makes sense for the job. I tend to stay away from object-oriented programming, typically because that just doesn't make sense in my mind. It doesn't. I deal with more lower level systems, so it usually just doesn't map onto the world that I'm in. I don't have anything against it, but just that, like, platonic forms of things doesn't mesh well with my brain. When in my brain, I'm just like, I'm dealing with computers and memory. Like, I want little abstraction. But I think it has its place. Like, I've seen object-oriented programming used in video games. I'm like, this makes perfect sense. Like, we have an entity and then this type of entity and this inherits, like, whatever. I think it's overcomplicated, but, if you have a big project, it probably makes sense. Like, I totally get that. Let's see. Bro, you've made me appreciate Bash way more. Thank you, for real. That's my ultimate goal. I am a secret deep state actor trying to get people to appreciate the Bash shell. I have been paid by Big Shell to come out here and shill this shell. That was hard to say. Are you completely self-taught? If so, how do you find the motivation to keep working? No, I went to school. I went to college for this stuff. A lot of stuff I have learned on my own since then. My motivation is that I like it. I think it's fun. Like, I like solving complex and unique problems with my brain. I really, really like working on logical problems with my brain. I love it. This is why I tell people when they ask me my opinions on like AI coding assistants and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'd rather just solve them in my brain. I understand people using them for boilerplate and stuff. But if you've never done it yourself without them, you're robbing yourself of those like eureka moments that come from solving complex and unique problems. So don't mock your intelligence like that. What's so bad about JavaScript? I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it is, but like, I say that as someone who's used it. So like, I'm allowed to say that. Dave Eddy is a programming psyop. Real. Absolutely real. Yo, what's up? What was your first tech job? I think the title was Technical Operations. It was a glorified sysadmin, and it was a ton of fun. It lasted for 9 months, and then I quit. I mean, it was just it was out of school, unique experience. Really good people I worked with there. Java is tolerable until I hear the word factory or builder. They can be okay. I understand what you mean. But like in Rust, you definitely see the builder pattern a lot, because instead of having a constructor with like 10 arguments, you just have to remember the order, you can use the builder pattern, and then you kind of get named arguments, something you might do in like Swift or Objective-C or something. Let's see. Go for X. It's like MS Teams channel, and you can create a meetings X space. I have no idea what any of that means. Like Twitter, like there's spaces or something. I only know the words. I can correct many Linux channels. I have no interest in doing that. Oh man. Dave, blockchain, honest take. Here's my honest take. Decentralized blockchain solved a really cool problem. And instead of getting to say, hey, this was neat and it solved a really cool and unique problem, it became associated with just the worst type of people out there, and it's been muddied. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I think that's a cool technical thing, but it has I see no real value in its technology. When companies a couple of years ago were like, we got blockchain here, we have blockchain here, it's like, you mean the world's slowest decentralized linked list? Like, why not just use a normal database? Like, you're shoving this in a place where it makes no sense. It's like, stop it. But that's been supplanted now. We don't say blockchain anymore. We say AI. That's the next big buzzword. Before all this, it was big data. After AI, who knows? But it's just going to be another buzzword. That's my honest take. Let's see. Appreciate your content delivery. May your channel become huge. Yup. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's my goal. I love being able to talk, and I get practice doing it by doing this. Let's see. What do you think about Linux malware? I don't know anything about it. I never really deal with the security stuff. I know people say Linux doesn't have viruses. Like, okay, it's not true. Like, what a weird thing to say. Let's see. Oh, man. How do you feel about Python's global interpreter lock, the GIL? I know that it exists. That's all I know about it. I couldn't tell you anything more than that. I don't know much about Python. Like, that's it. Like, I truly don't know. I barely write Python. Let's see. What is the coolest front you can make with Bash? I have no idea. Yeah, I'd have to think about that. What Gatorade is the best flavor? Red. Red Powerade's better. I wish I had Powerade instead of Gatorade, honestly. What's the big difference between ZSH and Bash? Z-Shell is kind of like a derivative of C-Shell. I know they both use a little % as their prompt, whereas Bash would be more of a derivative of the Bourne shell, so they have their differences there in the history of it. There's just going to be little nuances in how they do, like, I think variable expansion, some word splitting might be slightly different. I know Z-Shell has more of it can handle like splicing file descriptors and writing to multiple things, whereas Bash just doesn't give you that. You'd have to use a command like T or sponge or something. Little things like that. That's all I really know about. I don't know too much about ZSH, to be honest. Do you think neutral networks will actually reach a level that will be considered artificial consciousness? I think you mean neural networks. Do you think neural networks will actually reach a level that will be considered artificial consciousness? I don't know. I think the definition will be what people argue about, because the idea will be, will a computer ever have like a soul inside of it? And I don't think the scary idea is that a computer grows a soul. I think the scary idea is that you'd have it's not, the idea that an LLM becomes conscious is not really scary. The idea is that our consciousness can be derived or can be brought to the material world as nothing more than an LLM. I think that's more of like the scary thought. I kind of butchered saying that, but yeah, like, my answer to that is like, I don't care. It's just semantics at that point. Like, no. Let's see, anything but fish, which is not POSIX compliant. Yep, never used fish shell. I have no idea. Oh my ZSH, I know that exists. No idea what it is or how it works. Let's see. If you had to pick a programming language, what would you go with and why? Depends on the job. Bash, Rust, or C, probably. Let's see. What's your thought on AI? I will go over that in a YouTube video. I'll have a very long YouTube video where I talk about that, and I break it into its counterparts. Like, I'll actually talk about what machine learning is, what neural networks are, generative AI, large language models. There are so many things I could actually talk about. So I'll do that eventually, because there's way too much to talk about. My thoughts are, wow, this is really cool, and wow, I really don't like this. But it's way more nuanced than that. Because it's one of those things where people say, like, this can take all of the stuff that it's seen before and create something new, and it's like, that's awesome. And at the same time, like, is it just a giant copyright violation machine? I don't know. Are humans just giant copyright violation machines? I mean, these are just philosophical discussions. They could be interesting, but I think it will take more than a 1-minute response to really do it justice. Ever used Gentoo? Yes, about 15 years ago. I installed it all by hand, and it was a fun learning experience. Let's see. Carlos says, "Hi, Daddy." That's neat. Thank you. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Rust/memory safer languages being recommended for adoption? For adoption by what? I mean, like, I don't know, memory safety is cool. Rust is cool. Yeah, I think it's neat. I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, we have pretty smart compilers, so cool. Like, awesome. Written by programmers. Like, great. Neat. Do you think the Linux security cert by LPI is worth it? I don't know who that is or what that cert is. I have no idea. Don't ask me my opinions on certs because I truly don't know and I don't really care about them. But if it makes sense in your field for whatever goal you have, then sure, like maybe. I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask. Let's see. Thank you for sharing all that you do to help us learn and expand our knowledge. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. That's super nice. Yeah, I love it. It's fun. Awk, worth it to learn? Yes, absolutely. I got a little Awk book that I read like years ago, and it's so useful. When I'm parsing files, I'll typically reach for Awk first. Like really, like that's the one I reach for first. I don't use like set or if I'm just searching for something really simple. Awk if I need to do any sort of analysis on the data in it. Are you involved in any programming tech groups or organizations? Nope. When I shut my laptop lid or turn my phone off, programming's like not really dealing with it much. Would you be down to download your brain to live forever? I think there's a philosophical discussion on what living is at that point. So I don't know if I can answer that question. Let's see. Ever written any CLI GUI type stuff with curses library for funsies? I've looked at curses, like ncurses, stuff like that. I've never actually used it like earnestly. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun to do. I've never written like a TUI, like a terminal user interface, but I think that'd be a lot of fun to write. Let's see. Dude, if you can live forever, you could be tortured forever. Think about that. Cool. Thought about it. Neat. Let's see. Why is your favorite programming language a scripting language? Because it's almost universal on most systems, and it's super simple to, with 10% of the work of a different language, I can get 90% of the way there. So it's super fast and efficient. And if I need something else, I can always reach for something else. That's why. Will you ever stream games? Maybe. I don't know if people would have interest in that, to be honest. Like, what do you guys want to watch me, like, practice Super Mario 64 or, like, try to beat Super Mario Brothers 1 on the NES in under 5 minutes? No, that'd be fun. Yeah, but I'd probably just stick to tech stuff. It seems like niching down on these platforms kind of makes the most sense. Like, even this is just a Q&A. This isn't even really Bash stuff, so I'm not getting the same visibility I get on Reels, but, like, I'm fine with that. Let's see. Are there any Easter eggs in Bash? There may be. I am not aware of any of them. So, totally possible. What's the best way / site for freelance? No idea. I have no idea. I can tell you, if you want advice that's not applicable to your life. Actually, it could be. I shouldn't say that. That I just completely, take back what I just said right there. It could totally be applicable. Become a content creator. Start making content, put it online, and wait till you see the people that reach out to you in your email and your DMs. Oh my God, you want freelance work? Yeah, there is a plethora of it. There are a ton of people. There's a lot of brand deals coming through. So I don't know if it's the best place to start, but start making content on, on social media. That's one way to do it. So yeah. Hey sir, I'm new, but I like your teaching. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. Let's see. On X, you would have 500 viewers right now. Not viewers, but discussion partners. Go for X. You really want me to get a Twitter? I'll just get a Twitter. Like, fine. I'll do it. Whatever. Let's see. Do you see any issues with outsourcing security to Cloudflare? I mean, no more or less than outsourcing anything to any third party. Like, truly, I mean, like, yeah, there's risks involved. Hey, this is a lot easier, but it's a security concern. Like, yeah, that's, do I need to draw out the little cap theorem pyramid? I mean, yeah, like there's always going to be trade-offs. So yeah, of course I see risk, but I also see benefits. Now we have to do a risk-benefit analysis. Like, yeah. Yeah. Let's let's see. Yeah, people really undervalue content creation. It's wild. Yeah, I encourage everyone to try it if they've ever thought that they might want to do it. Here's the thing, though. Don't make 3 videos, upload them in a week, and then be like, my channel's not taking off. I'm done with this. Like, that happens to everyone. And no matter how good you think your videos are, they suck. When I first started making videos, I was like, these are pretty good. No, they suck. Like, they do. I'll go back and watch all the videos. They suck. And that's okay. That's fine. You just keep doing it, okay? Keep reinforcing it, and they'll get better and better and better. Like, that's okay. Just accept that and do it because it's fun, not because you have some end goal in mind. That's the way to do it. How do you feel about Gatorade Zero? I'm drinking it. That's how I feel about it. That's me? Oh, no, you suck at home lab. Keep going. Keep going, man. Keep making content. It's okay. Let's see. It's XKnit Twitter. Insta is a legacy. Meta is legacy. Yeah, I mean, okay. Like, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Twitter's been around since 2006, 2007? I mean, it's old too. Let's see. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made on a process? I'd have to think about that. I know I've definitely done some bad stuff. I have accidentally deleted some underlying files for a database at a job like 10 years ago, but it was all replicated and it was okay. It just cost us a couple hours of, like, the time that we had to go down for maintenance increased. And it was okay. Like, it was okay. We planned for something like this, but I was like, okay, it's not going to take 2 hours. It's going to take 10 hours now, guys. And my boss was like, yeah, whatever. Like, man, it happens. You're good. I was like, oh, sick. All right, cool. Let's see. Came from a random bash reel. Stayed for great advice for sheer entertainment. Yes. Can't believe you don't have 1 million followers. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm working my way there. Listen, I started this account at the end of April. We're now in the middle of September? So I haven't had this account very long, and I have almost 150,000 followers on Instagram. I'm doing all right. I am absolutely doing all right. So, yeah. Do you know Lua? Yep, I know that it exists. That's about it. And I think the arrays are indexed by 1. That's what I know about Lua. What do you think about design patterns? Can you expand on that? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. I don't know. Seems a little too generic. I don't know how to tackle that question. Stormcloaks or Imperials? I don't know what any of that means. I have no idea. It sounds like something my buddy who likes Star Wars would talk about. Am I close? Or did I just totally boomer out there? Why are there people outside? Weird. Let's see. Yeah, oh no, truly, heck them follower numbers. I don't care about my follower numbers. I'm just saying when I look at them, they're way higher than I ever expected them to be. Oh, Skyrim. Okay, yep, nope. I have no experience with it, so I don't know. I'm in Bash every day. You're the only content creator who gets it. Thank you. It's important to know Bash. It's important to understand it. There are so many cool things people can do with it and they just don't know. I have so many videos ready to go for the You Suck at Programming series. I have so many videos recorded and ready to go. So yeah, that series is going strong. What did I upload? Episode 31, I think, was the last episode of You Suck at Programming. I got 56, at least, ideas written down. So yeah, I mean, it's going to go forever. Let's see. Mild abuse. Programming hacks, great beard, nice guy. You will reach 1 million soon. Yo, I hope so. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. Seeing my YouTube grow is really nice because that one's really hard to grow. I just broke over 10,000 last week, 10,000 subs, and that's pretty awesome. If I could get 100,000 subs, that's a stretch. It's an absolute stretch. But if I could get 100,000 subs and get one of those silver play buttons, you know how sick that'd be? That'd be awesome. Oh my God, I would love to get a silver play button. That'd be amazing. How do I find the discipline to actually code consistently? You ready for this? You ready? You don't find discipline. You find motivation. Motivation is something you can go and seek out. You can go on your social media, and you can find things that motivate you, and that's awesome. And that's a quick spark that lasts for an hour, 2 hours, maybe 12 hours if you're lucky. Discipline is not something you go find externally. You have to find that internally. You have to create discipline. You actually have to set alarms, set a schedule, and be like, I am going to do this now. Literally set a time period where it's like, I'm going to code uninterrupted for these 20 minutes. Notice I said 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be 5 hours. You don't have to break your neck doing this, okay? Just 20 minutes, but you have to say, I'm going to do this at this time, and I'm going to solve, X problem. That's what you have to do. So how do you find the discipline? You find the discipline within. You create the discipline. Motivation you can find. You can go seek out motivation. I'm probably motivating you right now, and that's awesome. That fire is going to burn hot, and it's going to burn for the next 12 hours. To keep that fire stoked is your job. I can't do it for you. Everyone's discipline is their own to work on, okay? So that's how you find the discipline. You find it within. So that is how you do it. I went on a little rant there. So let's see. Best book and best series movie for you. Oh, man, I have to think about this. Whew. Best book? I mean, Bash Guide? No, I'm just kidding. Series is tough because, I could put on Seinfeld any day and watch any episode and laugh. I have them all memorized. I could put on Arrested Development, seasons 1 through 3, and that is just gold right there. The best movie ever, Primer. Amazing time travel movie. Primer. Go check it out. It's absolutely incredible. It's one of my favorite movies. Let's see. Have you ever bashed your head developing something that's already existed? Probably most things I've developed have already existed in one way, shape, or form. So, no, I don't really bash my head against it. Do you think AI will affect software engineers? I think it already has. Go look at the new grads. Go look at the people in schools. Yes, I think it already has. And I don't think in a good way. I know this is a very boomer take. You might not always have your calculator with you. But I see what some new grads are saying, in my DMs, talking to them, and they're they're already generating code with AI, and they're just learning how to go over the code and critique it. And it's dude, you got to be able to summon this from within yourself. Maybe I'm outdated. Maybe in 20 years we'll be like, oh man, Dave had such a boomer take on this. Or maybe this next generation is not going to be great. I don't say that to disparage the next generation. I'm just worried. I hope it's okay. Truly I do. So yeah, it'll definitely affect people. Hey, hot stuff. What's up, girl? What's going on? Let's see. Yeah, motivation gets you started. Discipline sharpens your blade. Yeah. Do you recommend LeetCode for interview assessments or Code Chef? I don't know. I've never used those. Truly, so I can't recommend them. I don't know. I've never had the desire to use them. I don't even know what they are. Ooh, I missed a lot of chat messages. My bad. Oof. Say the cons of Bash. I mean, I don't know if it's a con, but Bash is limited. So if you try to do things that are too much for it, you're going to bump up against places where it doesn't work. Eventually I'm going to make HTTPS requests. So I'm going to do SSL termination, TLS termination in Bash. I'm going to need floating point numbers. Bash doesn't have floating point numbers, so there's a limitation of it. I'm going to have to make my own floating point number library or something, which means I have to look up the mantissa and the exponent and how to store all this stuff. So I don't know if I would consider that a con though, because I don't expect the language to have that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about Solaris? I mean, I use Illumos on my home server, and Illumos is forked off of Open Solaris. At the time it was purchased by Oracle. Sun Microsystems was purchased back in 2010. So yeah, I think Solaris is great. Let's see. What do you think about using it, I assume machine learning, to translate between languages? For example, some things written in a language don't know yet and just want to port to something. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to see examples of it to see how well it does it. My only concern, and this is just in general, if you're porting from one language to another, you're translating from one language to another, you're probably going to be looking for the common denominators. So if you're going from language X to language Y, you're not going to use any of the fancy features of X or Y unless you carefully, meticulously do it yourself. If you're going for just the commonly, what was it looking for? Lowest common denominator between the two languages, you're going to get really basic looking code. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd be concerned about. We talked about this before, I think, where I mentioned compatibility layers. Compatibility layers are fantastic for onboarding people, but they're terrible for long-term use because you're limiting yourself to a different API that might not give you exposure to all the different things that you might want. So, yep. I want to buy your merch soon, very soon. Like, think weeks soon. I'll do a video, I'll do a whole announcement about it. Don't worry. Soon. Yeah, dude, of course I remember Sun Microsystems. I use an Illumos-based server. I use dtrace to debug things. I use ZFS as my file system. I use zones. I use SMF for services. Like, I could talk about, like, you know, Oracle and Sun and stuff. I mean, it's kind of just like a sad story, whatever. I won't get into that, but yeah, of course. I mean, also Java. There's that. Let's see. What actually happens when you divide by 0? I'm too scared to try it myself. Yeah, good luck. How did you start in coding? How did I start? Probably hacking the original Xbox and loading Linux onto it and being like, what's this? That's probably how I got started on all of this. I was always interested in tech stuff in general, but yeah, that was probably the thing that pushed me over the edge. Oh yeah, there'll definitely be You Suck at Programming t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, there's going to be lots of t-shirts, lots of tank tops. You guys know how I like to do it. Yeah, I have a lot of cool ideas, so that'll be fun. Yeah, the Xbox One hacks were awesome. I had like a team executor, like mod chip, and learning how to solder it. like as a young guy, just there, like soldering onto this tiny little pin. Like most of the pins were easy, but there was this one tiny one that just was the bane of my existence. Oh my god. Yeah, modding Halo maps. Yeah. I think it was like I ended up playing like Halo NMP, I think it was like the new map project. Oh my god, it was wild. It was absolutely wild. How do I start coding? I mean, just, I don't know, pick a language and go for it. I know a lot of people like Python boot camps or something like that. So yeah, you might want to look for something like that. Hi, I love you. I'm at work and I'm your biggest fan. Well, I love you too. Thank you so much. Have a fun time at work. Notice me? Okay, I take back what I said now. That's too much. Now it's just cringe. Those poor saps you're playing against. Yeah, when I say hacks, I wasn't using like hacks on like multiplayer or anything like that. I just meant like, when I think of hacks, I think of like ROM hacks, like I'm hacking in a new level or something. I don't think like I'm actively like doing multiplayer hacks. I don't know. I have a philosophical disagreement of hacking on video games. Like I truly do. I think if you want to hack on something, like if you want to like do some cool stuff on like single player mode and you want to like enable cheats for yourself, awesome, cool, I'm all for that. You want to hack on software, you want to reverse engineer it, you want to figure out how it works, you want to memory hack it, awesome. You want to do that against other people who are playing the same game and don't have those same things? You want to just like break the agreement on a multiplayer system and cheat? No, absolutely not. Huge philosophical disagreement with that. Don't do that. But if it's your own stuff and it's, you know, single player and not hurting anyone, absolutely. Like, absolutely. Like, it's one of those things where, like, looking into a system's memory to create an aimbot would be so much fun as a programming challenge, but it'd be so wrong to use in a multiplayer. Like, I'd be like, this is an awesome thing that we created. We'll never use this. That's how I feel about it. To start, would you recommend starting with like JavaScript or something? I don't know. I mean, Python, JavaScript, I think they're all fine. I don't have any, I'm not married to like any language. Start with whatever you want to, honestly. But yeah, that's how I feel about like hacks or whatever. Disown. I like that people are just like putting bash built-ins in the chat. That's awesome. Should I start with C or Python? Like, C is outdated, but isn't it more easy to understand the process underneath? I don't know if it's outdated. It's old, but I don't know if that makes it outdated. I don't think so. Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to learn programming for programming's sake, I would say start with something like Python. If you're trying to learn more operating systems and what happens underneath it, I would say start with C. Opinion on Rust, I love it. Rust is one of my favorite languages, absolutely. If I'm not writing it in Bash, I'm writing it in Rust or C, pretty much probably reaching for Rust first. Yeah, Rust is incredible. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Everything hurts. Let's see. Do you do any paid software work anymore? I mean, what do you think I'm getting paid to do these Instagram lives and make content? You think this is my full-time job? I wish. Oh, my God, I wish. No, I have a full-time job. That's how I afford my life. I make about, like, $10 or so a month from TikTok, and I'm probably gonna make $10 from YouTube a month. So like, yeah, I need a supplemental income. Let's see. Can Bash exist without the tools like CP, MV, awk, and the rest? Sure, it can exist. Bash is just a shell and it offers some built-ins. It doesn't need any external tools to work. A user might have a hard time without those tools. It might be kind of annoying to use a system that doesn't have like, core utils installed. But yeah, of course, Bash can exist. Totally fine. Favorite food to cook? Grilled cheese. I love making grilled cheese, and I am good at it. I am very good at it. I'll do a cooking stream sometime where I'll make grilled cheese on my cast iron. Oh, maybe I'll have that for dinner tonight. That sounds amazing. Oh, my God. Any llama-based CLI apps in the future? Nope, none for me. Get a workout, bro. Your neck will feel a lot better. It's true. It's true. I've been slacking a little bit. Had to go to the doctor, was at the hospital for a little bit, so I had to cut back on the amount of working out I was doing, which is sad, not lifting as much weight, but now I'm doing more cardio, so I'm getting my 10,000 steps in a day. I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks, so hitting the treadmill and just doing cardio, so I'm like one of those guys who's like, I'm reluctant to do cardio. I'd rather just be lifting weights. Oh, my God. Let's see. Gas or charcoal barbecue, though. Are you ready for a fun fact about me? Get ready for a really, really fun fact. I don't barbecue anything. I eat a very limited diet, so there's nothing I eat there's nothing that I would barbecue that I would actually eat. Hope you get better. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Going to get a CT scan of my head soon, so we'll have some answers while I keep getting these crazy migraines and stuff. It's a lot better than it was. So much better than it was, but we're getting there. I'm like 90-95%. That's why I'm screaming now, because I was feeling good. I say feeling good. Head's still a little tight, but it's fine. That's just normal now. Let's see. What are your favorite homebrew apps to host internally? Vault Warden. That's my password manager. I host it internally. So that's a Rust implementation of Bitwarden. What's your favorite Linux distro and why? I've answered this question so many times, and I don't mind answering it. Void Linux. Very simple, no systemd, gets out of my way and just lets me do my thing. That's why I like it. Let's see. Love from Mindy MIG. Yo, what's up? Appreciate it, man. Bought a badge. And then, oh yeah, I'm not reading your message out loud, but I appreciate you buying a badge. Look at this. I can quit my job now. I'm making mad money. I don't know how much a badge is worth. I hope you didn't spend too much money. I don't know why you guys to spend too much money on this. Not going to start e-begging. I'm not going to go on TikTok like, yo, come on, guys, we need a Galaxy. I need more Galaxy in the chat. Yo, tap your screen. Like, I'll do it as a joke, but come on, guys, we need more Galaxies. I don't even know. I don't even know what Instagram has. Instagram doesn't even have Galaxies, so I don't even know. Thoughts on a smartwatch or a fitness watch? I don't wear one. Never worn one. Apple Watch is looking mighty interesting because I would love something that could keep track of my heart rate and tell me that I absolutely 100% certainly have sleep apnea, which I think I do. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see. I'm trying to use more meta programming, but heard that it can be harsh to debug. What's your opinion on meta programming? What is meta programming? I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that term is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. How old were you when you started growing your beard? I had to start shaving at around 14. That's the Italian genes kicking in. So around 14, I had to start shaving. Yeah, and then I let the goatee come in when I was around like 18. And I think I was like 24, 25. I was like, screw it, I'm just letting the whole beard come in. So yeah, I used to just have the goatee for a while. I had the Bam Margera going on. It's pretty sick. Thoughts on keeping iPhone 11 or get the 16? This phone that I'm pointing at is iPhone 13 mini. So until they make another mini phone, I really don't want to upgrade. I hate big phones so much. So much. This person says hot. Thank you. Bench and squat PR. Bench PR was new as of a couple of months ago. My PR for bench was 255 pounds. My squat, this one, I'm pretty sure I nailed it. I have to remember this was years ago because I just, like I said, I took off. I had to stop weightlifting because of health stuff, but I'm going to go back into it. My squat PR, I think, was around 315. My bench is definitely higher than my squat and dead, like relatively higher than my squat and deadlift. I just have a stronger upper body. I love to skip leg day. That's the truth. I really would just, if I had it my way, I would just bench and lift weights for my upper body all day. That's all I really care about. Because I do it for looks. But yeah, I should post that video. I posted it before. Because Foxhound on here, you guys might have seen him. You suck at cloud. He actually posted a video asking me if I benched, and I replied with a video of me repping 2 plates on the bench. I got 4 reps. I went for the 5th, and I failed it, but it was still incredible. I got 4 solid reps, and I probably could have pushed that 5th one if I really wanted to, but of 2 plates, 225. I was surprised. I was like, I actually didn't think I was going to do this. I thought I might be able to do it once. And then he replied with a video of him just doing 225 for like 8,000 reps. Dude's a tank. He's a monster. He looks good. Oh my God. He's a strong boy. Let's see. I said this at least 5 times. Never know what you're talking about, but man, you entertaining. Keep working hard. Appreciate it. It's awesome. I love it. That makes me so happy. Still waiting on that kickflip. I know. You and Turkey are waiting for that kickflip. Listen. It's coming. I'll work on it. I promise. Using supplements. SARS are just, no, none of that. No tren, no gear, none of that stuff. A couple years ago, the closest thing I came to using gear was mixing creatine in my water and taking it was like nothing. It was like vitamin B or something. And then a little bit of caffeine before I worked out. Like pretty much natural. Natural plus creatine. So natural. I have no interest in any sort of extracurriculars when it comes to weightlifting. More power to people that want to. Like, truly, I mean that. The only thing that annoys me is when celebrities lie about it. They're like, yeah, here's my guide. I just ate a bunch of chicken and worked out. It's like, you got injections in your butt every couple of weeks. Like, don't lie to me. You have doctors monitoring your blood. Like, I hate you. I just hate when people aren't upfront about what they're doing. You'll notice that's a theme in this. That's how I feel about cheaters on video games. Like, no, just don't lie. Just be upfront. It annoys me. I absolutely claim natural because I don't have the physique of someone who wasn't natural. So no one's ever accused me of doing steroids. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Chicken and rice and, a shot of testosterone. It's like, come on. Ugh. It annoys me. So let's see. What time is it? It's almost, okay, cool. Awesome. I don't know how long I've been streaming. It doesn't tell me how long I've been streaming. It just tells me the current time. I didn't keep track of when it actually started. Neat. I'll probably jump off soon. I got to make some dinner. I think I'll make some grilled cheese because that sounds mad good. Yeah, I'll probably make some. Should I make some tomato soup with it? I definitely should. That sounds good, right? What are your thoughts on data privacy? Do you recommend any steps to protect it? What do you mean specifically? With external services or just in general? I'm not sure what you mean. It's vodka because it's Friday. It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Hold on. Listen, I get tripped up real easy with the day, so you totally could have got me there. I don't know about data privacy. In my mind, if you sign up for an external service, they can do whatever they want with your data. They're not supposed to, but I've given up expecting privacy from third-party private companies and public companies. I don't know. It just sucks, but that seems to be where it is. Thank you for coming on, Squire. Keep up the good work. Yeah, appreciate it. How much of a scam are VPNs? I have no idea, but I would never use one. If I'm somewhere else in the world, I will WireGuard back into my home and then go from there. I'm under no illusion that that's protecting my data going to the internet, but it's just protecting it from where I am all the way to my home through the ISP through that jump. That's all I can do, really. I'm not going to use anyone else's servers. Let's see. Vim or Emacs? Vim. Oh, I see. It's Friday where you are. It's Thursday here, my friend. I am in the U.S. Yo, appreciate you, man. Yo, appreciate you too. You Suck at Home Lab. Yeah, you guys should go check out You Suck at Home Lab. He started making content. He's under the You Suck brand that I unofficially created. So yeah, go check it out. Are Pixels as good as iPhones? I have no idea. I've never used a Pixel in my life. I'm the worst person to ask. People have this idea. It's so funny. I get these comments. They're like, "Oh my god, you use an iPhone? Like, you're so like the Linux guy. Like, you know Bash and the shell. Like, I definitely thought you'd be on Android." I'm like, I don't even call myself a Linux guy. Like, I know Unix like operating systems are machines that were based off of Unix. So like, I'm better at like Illumos and like FreeBSD and stuff like that. Linux, I know, but like, I'm not the expert at it. And people get so upset. I'm like, dude, I don't use Android. Like, the iPhone just works. Like, I don't know. I'm a simple guy. I don't need much out of my equipment, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably call it in like 1 minute. So get your questions in if you have any. And yeah, and we'll see how much money I made on this live stream because I make money from the badges. Don't donate because I said that. I'm not trying to get you guys. That's not what I'm saying. It's just funny. Like, I love to joke and make videos where I'm like, I made $1. But no, yeah. Let's see. Disappointing you use the iPhone. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what a weird comment. What's the best kind of project for starting in cloud? I don't know anything about that RJ45 Ethernet card. I am not a cloud guy. You're going to need to look at someone who does cloud stuff, like my buddy You Suck at Cloud, aka Foxhound on here. He'd be a good resource for that. Let's see. Still waiting on clothes removal. Cool. Keep waiting. Some of your videos show a ... current working directory in your PS1. How do you shorten it? Yes. If you go find my files, they're on my GitHub. So go find my GitHub. It's going to be linked in my bio. You'll be able to find it somehow. Like, all the links will get you there eventually. There's a repo called .files. In there, you will find something. I believe the name of the variable is all caps, prompt _ dir trim. So look up like dir trim bash, and you can trim it. So I think I just have it set to a number. You can trim it to like 5, and then it will only show like the 5 latest directories. And it will trim it all with a triple dot. That's how I pull that one off. Can you tell us how much money you think you will make from this live stream? It's gonna be $2. And that's fine. I'm not trying to make money. Stop. No donating. I literally don't want that. But yeah, it's gonna be like $2. Like, I don't do these to make money. I do it because they're fun, and I can cut these up later into content. I'll stop blasting you guys like 19 videos a day. That's ridiculous. I'll slow it down a little bit. But yeah. Let's see. How would you recommend learning a language other than going through a boot camp? So I've never gone through a boot camp to learn a language. The last language I learned was Rust. This was about 2021 when I started digging into it and really being like, I want to learn this language. I bought the Rust book, and that helped immensely. I started learning all about it, and I just kind of followed that guide. That's one of the best ways to learn it. You want to learn C? Go get the K&R-C book. Like, I am a big fan of books. Ton of knowledge to be found in them. Let's see. I mean, start programming. Yeah, that's great. I know nothing about WSL. Let's see. Any favorite Vim plugins? I think I use like Airline, which gives you a cool little bar at the bottom. That's about it. That's exactly what I imagine your last language to be. Yeah. Yep. Share your books. I just did K&R-C book and whatever book is the main Rust programming language book. I don't know the name of it. It literally might just be the Rust programming language. Like, it's the Rust book. Like, that's what it's called. How long until AI takes over most base level jobs? Are you ready for my answer? This is a big one. The same time we have flying cars. That's when it will happen. I could regret that in 5 years, or I could be proven totally right. I'm betting I'm going to be proven totally right. We'll see. Man. All right. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to jump off. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This was super cool. I'll probably do another live sometime in the future. I'm going to go make some dinner right now. I could use some grilled cheese. That sounds fantastic. So, yeah. Thank you for stopping by. And, yeah. Have a good one, and I will keep making Bash content, so don't worry about that. All right, see you, everyone.